So today I want to talk about why travel is so important to public relations, storytelling, and looking around for opportunities in our business. Often we can get too much in our own space and our own bias and seeing things only through one lens. Well, travel is a great way to start expanding how we see the world, how we understand the world. I recently was on a trip to Portugal, and wow, it was such a great window into Europe and into understanding the amazing things that are in our world when we step outside our comfort zone and step outside even our own physical space. We can sometimes do that by even watching something on LinkedIn, watching a YouTube show, but if you're able to ever travel outside your own area, whatever that may be. It may be down the street, it may be to another community, and it may be across the ocean, as I did. Travel is also significant to giving our brains a rest, to spending some time reflecting. One tip I always suggest to people is carry a notebook with you, whether it's in your phone or it's an actual hard copy notebook. It's a great way to just jot down ideas that come to you when you're not thinking about work. And this is where travel gives you an opportunity to see things from a different perspective as well. So while away, I did do a LinkedIn post, and I was sitting on a beach actually, and wasn't sure if even I was allowed to sit there. Well, it turns out, I guess you're supposed to pay to sit on this part of the beach. I didn't know that. So I was looking around and I saw this couple in front of me, and I decided to ask them about, hey, am I supposed to be here? And I got talking to them, and they said, actually, no, yeah, you're supposed to pay. But there was nobody when I first walked into this, and it was kind of this little roped off area. There was no one there when I came to sit down. So they said, you can have our voucher, because this was towards the end of the day. So that's why no one cared whether I was paying, because it was like late afternoon. So they gave me the voucher. I was only there for about an hour or so. But I started a conversation with them. This woman is an artist in California. She had worked on this piece of art that I was looking at, and we connected on Instagram. On my travels, I did meet a few different people, some people actually from Canada, some people from California, a wonderful couple from Sicily as well. It's amazing when we do take time to look around, ask questions, and be curious, that it can really help beyond just a travel trip. It also helps me do my work. And I encourage my clients also to look at travel or to look at curiosity and asking questions as part of their opportunity, part of how they can grow their business as well. And, by jotting down some of those ideas, for example, I went on to a couple of museums, went to this one fascinating museum in Lisbon that was called Quake, and it was all about the earthquake of 1755 in Lisbon. If you want to go down a bit of a rabbit hole, I encourage you to go do a bit of research, because in 1755, half of Lisbon was completely destroyed. And there was an earthquake, followed by a tsunami, followed by fires. And so half the city is ancient, very old, and half the city has been rebuilt in 1755. I went on a bike tour, heard about this. Our tour guide was so amazing that I decided to go to the Quake Museum. It was an interactive museum. They used VR. They used a lot of technology, and it was my kind of museum. So I came back with some ideas and thoughts about how I can incorporate that into some of the work I'm doing. So when we ask, how does travel affect public relations, or how does travel affect those in manufacturing, or those in anyone looking to develop a brand and tell their story? Well, it helps us to be more curious and to look outside our own perspectives. I encourage you to find a way to travel, either outside your own office, outside your own space, and whether that's physically or through online. When you can start to look at giving your brain a rest and maybe not thinking about work, but instead thinking about questions to ask, things to see, people to meet, that is where you will find opportunity. So remember, let's get curious.